Alrighty, so today we are doing a mindful drawing. And the reason why this is a mindful drawing and not a regular art drawing is it is about the process and not about the product. Okay, so we talked about that. If you were here with me last week, we talked about it. A lot of art is focused around the perfection-based art standard where it needs to look perfect. It needs to look exactly the way you intended it. And that can get really frustrating. And it's kind of a not great mindset to have about lots of things. I mean, if you want your art to look perfect, that's fine. But in a lot of regards, nothing's going to be perfect. And so anything that falls short of that perfection mark is going to be something that we see as failure because we have this like pass fail mentality in our world. So, contrary to what the final product looks like mattering, we're going to do what's called a flow drawing, which is where we really just flow whatever you draw is what happens, and it's fine. What we're going to do first is we're going to get loose with our drawings, and that will help. Like we'll do some practice stuff, and that will help kind of get us in the mode of flow. If your final product does not look the way you intended, 1000% fine. You all get 100 on this assignment, and I'm not a teacher, so my grades don't count. So you're good. But what I'm trying to say is just by doing it, if you get into the moment, you just wing it, you have fun with it, you're being mindful because you're living in the present and you're not assigning a judgment to it, okay? And that's what we're trying to do. So if you have like a scrap piece of paper, that's what I want you to grab right now. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just kind of warm up our wrists and get us used to the idea. So what I want you to do is we're going to draw some infinity symbols, and I want you just to go over your infinity symbol quite a few times. Look, mine just went way off base. No big deal. You can even try it with different utensils. I don't want this one to run out of ink, so I'm going to let that stay to the side, but I'll grab a crayon. Got my son's crayon box here, so who knows what's buried in there. Next, just do another infinity symbol. We're just warming up. Get with the flow of it. Doesn't matter what it looks like. Awesome. Do it without looking. See what happens. We're having fun with it. Awesome. Next thing I want you to do is let's do some spirals. Go in and then back out. A little cinnamon roll here. Yep. And then back out. Get loose with it, okay? Now spiral the other direction. See if you can. If I was just going towards the right, it was going clockwise. Now I'm going to go counterclockwise first. If you ever had an art teacher that like came by and was like, that's not right, not fun. All right, dealer's choice. You can do zigzags if you want, going back over them, zigzags, or more infinity symbols. That's fine too. I like the infinity symbol. Figure eight's the other thing. If you're like, what the heck's an infinity symbol? If you haven't gotten to that part of math, you will. What else should we do? We're going to do a lot of curves. So maybe some like curves, like an arc here, just going back and forth over and over, and then like a smiley face U. And then squiggle all over. You can squiggle around your shapes, or you can squiggle on top of your shapes. Just kind of get loose with it. Feel it out. Let the pencil or whatever you have tell you where it wants to go. I know that sounds kind of woo-woo, but it's fun that way. I'm not even looking. La, 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 la. Beautiful. Great job. Y'all ready to actually draw your thing now? But what if it doesn't look good? What if I'm not ready? You're ready. You've always been ready. You're fine. It's all good. It's all good. If it doesn't look the way you think it should, A, don't assign judgment to it. B, just laugh at it. Just laugh at it. Sharon the other day, she sent me her paper plate llama that you guys made, and she was like laughing so hard she could barely even talk to me on the phone because she was like, this is the funniest thing I've ever made. It does not look like a llama. And instead of being disappointed in it, we just had a great laugh about it. So if you really do have some sort of emotion attached to the picture, just try to laugh at it. So, all right, here's my blank page, ready to go. First thing we're going to do, okay, and remember, I'm drawing this it's upright. So we're going to draw a rounded heart shape over towards the side of your paper. So just like a fat heart without a lot of pointy at the bottom, okay? Kind of like this. See, it's like a little round, squishy, chubby heart. That's what we want, okay? Good. Yes. Well done. I'll give you a second to do that. All right. You're like, what could that be, right? Oh, you will see. You will see. Okay. I'm also going off memory based on the instructions that I read. So maybe I'm leading you on a journey you don't want to go on. All right, here we go. The next thing, don't do it yet. Let me tell you about it. You're going to start your line over at this right side of the heart. Big old curve. And then bring that curve back up at the end. Okay, so you see what I did? Big old curve. And then it came back up like that. That's why we practiced our swirls a minute ago. Big old curve. And then it comes back up like that. Okay. Beautiful job. Excellent. 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 All right. And if I'm going too fast, let me know in the chat. I'm happy to slow down. If you need me to say something again, I'm also happy to do that. Okay, but this is the shape we're going for. We got the rounded heart, big old curve. And again, it's a flow drawing, so don't think too much about it. Just do it, all right? Just do it. It doesn't matter, okay? Next, a skinny U, about as wide as that section there, right there. Any guesses about what it might be? You don't have to guess yet. You can wait. It will come. Now, let me make sure I'm doing the right next step. Hold that thought. Yes, and yes, we're on the right track. Okay, good. I love this one, y'all. I saw it and was like, we have to do this. Okay, so now you're going to draw kind of a little bit of a wavy line coming out here, connecting the two U's, and then going off the page. And notice my line is not straight at all. I don't want it to be straight. I wouldn't do it crazy, but if you feel like it, go for it, right? Okay. Any guesses on what it is yet? I feel like any second we're gonna know what it is. All right. The next thing we're gonna do is right below this line, we're going to add another line, okay? So go down just a little bit. I'm gonna come out from here and I'm gonna flare it out there. Do you see how I just didn't even think about it? I just did that. Maybe put a big V there too, right? Keep that same distance away from the other one. Do we have any ideas of what it is yet? I'll go ahead and tell you, if you can't already tell, this is a branch. So that's what you're going for. You're drawing a branch, right? It's a sloth. Oh my gosh. I love sloths. They're so fun. Right now we have a two-legged sloth though, right? We need to give him another leg. So right here next to the front leg, draw him just like a little leg nub right there. And then back here, same thing. Give him another leg. In fact, I'm going to hide that leg behind the other one, right? We'll get to his face. Don't worry. Okay. So now he has 4 legs. And, you know, they've got like 3-toed sloths, 2-toed sloths. I'm going to give mine 3 toes. All right. So with the feet, you're coming straight down, 3 straight lines, just coming right off the little toes or right off the end of the leg. Oh my gosh. Check that out. Now, we got to give our sloth a face, right? He has to have a face. We cannot have a faceless sloth. So what we're going to do, starting from the point of your heart, and again, let me know if I'm going too fast. I'm happy to slow down. We just did his toes. We added his feet. We got him on a branch. Now we're moving on to the face. From the point where the heart kind of touches at the top, draw a line kind of down a little bit and then round it out, okay? So it kind of looks like, I don't really know, like almost looks like a macaroni noodle. But this is kind of his eyes here. inside of the eye. So we just drew that down and back up. We drew this down and back up, okay? We just roll with it. Right now, it kind of looks like a giant fly with those big old eyes. Don't worry, we're gonna fix it, okay? Inside of that, gently curved lines. Can I slow down, please? Absolutely. All right. Do you want me to start from the heart part where we work on his face, or do I need to go back even further? I'm gonna go ahead and give him his eyelashes so he looks normal, but I'll walk y'all through that. Okay. I'll just start right now from his face. If you guys need me to go back even further, I can. From the heart, you see this point where the heart meets in the middle. You draw a line straight down and then curve it out. It's almost like you're giving it a circle shape. So it comes straight down. One side goes down and back up. The other side goes down and back up. Just gentle curved lines coming out from this straight part, okay? That's gonna give him his kind of like face mask that they have. Inside of each of these kind of like oval shapes you just drew, gentle curve line, give him some eyelashes, gentle curve line, give him some eyelashes. Okay, I'm gonna hold this up really close so you guys can see. We'll get to his nose and mouth in a second. Let me know when we're good to move on. Or again, if there's another part you want me to go over. We're good. Excellent. Okay. Now we're going to give him a nose. All right. You can do kind of a rounded triangle or just a regular triangle here. It's going to be an upside down triangle. Comes like that. Okay. Doesn't really matter the size. And notice how I kind of made it like a little bit of rounded triangle. It doesn't have such sharp lines, but it's okay if you want to do your sharp lines. Again, it's a mindful drawing. It doesn't matter. However you do it is how you do it, right? So you've got your triangle, okay? Next, down from the bottom of the nose, we'll give him half a smile. And then we'll give him the other half of his smile. So I drew a line down from the nose, just a little short line. And then again, we're doing lots of these gentle, like slight curves. And so he's got two curves that touch in the middle that make his smile. He's a very happy, sleepy sloth. Beautiful, beautiful. Hopefully yours are really cute. I think sloths are just so cute. And I said sloth, it's a sloth, but you know, my mouth, fine. Okay, so we've done his face. If you need me to hang out here, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll move on. We're almost done. There's just a couple of tiny little steps left because the sloth himself, he's finished. All right, we're not going to do anything more to him until we get to color him. The next part is we're going to add some little bit embellishment to the branch. What we're going to do is we're going to add some leaves, okay? So I'm going to come back here. I'm going to draw one half of a leaf and the other half of a leaf and a line in the middle. That's it. So a leaf, it kind of looks like, what is this? It's like a bell shape almost, like it goes out and then back in, and then it goes out and then back in, okay? Just a leaf. You can do circle leaves, round leaves, whatever kind of branch you want to make it to. Don't think too hard about it, right? I'm going to do one on the other side of this branch. I'm going out and then back in, and then out and then back in. And then draw a line in the middle. Now I have another leaf. You can put your leaves wherever you want on your branch, okay? Doesn't have to be exactly where mine are. You don't even have to add leaves if you don't want. I am gonna add one over here, out and then back in, out and then back in. And then maybe like a little baby leaf over here coming off the side. Y'all, this is where it gets to be flow. Just make leaves. Again, let the leaves tell you where they want to be, right? Don't think too hard about it. That's enough leaves. I don't want to do anymore. That's it. Those are your leaves. The last thing to do, okay, if you're still drawing leaves, you're totally fine because this last thing is like so small that you'll see what I'm doing and it'll take you no time. We're just going to do some itty bitty baby swirls on the branch. That just kind of makes it look like knotted wood, you know, gives it a little bit of texture, right? Swirls going both directions. I mean, and put the swirls wherever. I'm not thinking at all about where these are going. And that's your sloth. That's it. That's it. Okay. Now that it's done, is there a part you need me to go over once again before we move on to coloring? If yours is done, feel free to color it. Sloths are like brown or gray, but if you want a purple sloth, go for it. Or a pink sloth, go for it. We can have some abstract realism. That's fine. Abstract expressionism, sorry. Questions. And then I think I'm going to give him, would does Sloth sleep most of the day? Yes. I was going to say I'm going to give him like dark night sky, but I don't think it matters. You could do daytime too because sloths sleep whenever. Am I right? So let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, I'm going to start digging in this crayon box, again, that a 4-year-old manages. So who knows what's in here? If you've got markers and you would rather do that, absolutely feel free. Oop, he's falling over. All right, I'm watching the chat. So if you guys have questions, let me know. Let me show you, and this is what I saw in the example, and I really liked this idea. Okay, I'm just gonna, and again, I'm not thinking about it. This is part of the flow drawing too, is the color, right? Don't need to think hard. They did on the example one that I found, like this. So that's brown little streaks and it kind of looks like hair. And that's what you want. You want it to look like you're giving the impression of what the thing is like, and it's colored like, but and its texture is, but you don't have to think very hard. Like people get the point with very little. You don't have to, you know, but if you want to color it all the way solid, go for it. Again, this is not for a grade. Like it is your sloth. You can name it. You can throw it in the trash. I don't care. It's yours. Although if I were you, I'd keep it because I think he's pretty cute. Check it out. So I've got 2 different kinds of browns there, but honestly, like just do what you want, right? He is so cute. Sorry, I love my sloth. They actually on the example one painted him. So just as a heads up, you're welcome to do that. Although I would probably use other paper and like redo the whole thing because computer paper like I'm using, paint and computer paper are not gonna go well together. So, and I'm just gonna lightly shade his face. Oh my gosh. I would recommend if you want it to be more realistic, using like a pink or a red for his nose. But again, it does not matter. Do what you want. All good. Oh, I just literally grabbed the first like red or pink that I found. Again, I'm not thinking about it. I'm just doing it. Kind of letting the sloth tell me what he wants, okay? How are y'all sloths looking? Are they cute? Are they scary? Somewhere in between, both scary and cute. You could put a little bow on your sloth. I mean, woohoo! He's so cute. I like him. Here. Find a color for the branch, but I'm not really sure what color I should use. Try this one. Oh, okay, that was a good choice. You know, a lot of people, you know, they draw and they want it to look like something specific, and that's good. I have a lot of youth that I've worked with who are big into art, like really big into anime, really big into drawing their own characters, really big into like pottery or whatever. And that's fine. Like, and it's important, you know, you want art to reflect what it's supposed to be or to be an expression of who you are. And a lot of people, they want it to be perfect, and that's okay. But I think you have to kind of put a different mindset on when you're doing a flow drawing, where it's like it doesn't have to be perfect. But I think also when you take that pressure off, you tend to do really well because you're not obsessed with how it's supposed to look, right? So you can be more free. And when you're more free and more loose, you can, I guess, be less hesitant or less stressed, make fewer mistakes because you don't perceive them as mistakes. My mouth is not working. Mistakes. Let's see some green for some leaves here. I'm just going to show you guys as I go along. Ta-da! My son's going to lose his mind. I think he's going to really like it. He'll be like, Mom, what the heck? And if you're like, whoa, she has a kid, like, yes, I do. I know I look younger than I am, but I'm not as young as I appear. I'm one of those. I will say that I've been to the high school, not the high school here that you guys are watching from, but in Dawson County. And I've had people like stop me and ask me if I was late for class. And I was like, no, I'm an adult. My sloth looks like it got hit by 8 cars and ran over 3 trucks and drove down the highway. Your sloth has been through it. Your sloth has seen things. Your sloth has seen things. Oh my gosh.